Now, though, we have been joined, in case you just tuned in, by not just a number of human guests, but they have come draped in all manner of animals. Now, Dave Kelly, will come to you first because you are essentially the reason why this has happened. Manx Animal Rescue Centres and Vannin Reptilia have been our charity of the week all this week, and we thought, what better way to talk about what you do than to bring in some of your friends. Yep. So, first of all, just tell us who is wrapped around you right now.
I've currently got Milky, who is ambassador for the charity. She is a 10-year-old milk snake. As you can see, very friendly. And
she's all
as you can
over
see,
the place.
She's kind of wanting to have a good exploration.
Oh, she's so gorgeous. So just tell me, first of all, then, when did you actually get your first reptile or animal of this nature?
I was 12, so just short of 30 years ago. While you're working that one out, Carl.
And what was it?
It was a garter snake.
Mm-hmm.
So beautiful green and yellow with a checkerboard down its back.
And have you just had snakes ever since then?
Pretty much. I think I've had 6 months without snakes in that time.
And that's it. I know, Carl, you're not that keen on talking, but you have to introduce who you have there with you.
I've got Drake. He's a 2-year-old dragon, and he belongs to my daughter.
He is beautiful. I have fallen in love with Drake a little bit. You know, I have no problem here giving Drake a little... he doesn't mind being stroked.
No, he's nice and friendly.
He is.
My daughter feeds him by hand as well.
Really? He is beautiful. And he's going to get a lot bigger than that. He's only, what did you say?
2 years old.
2 years old, so he's going to probably double in size. And that's the interesting thing, isn't it, Dave? Because there's something very wonderful and exotic about having a pet like this. But how well would you say people who get pets like this, how well do they understand what's actually involved?
I think it varies quite a lot. Some people do research. Other people, unfortunately, as with cats and dogs, it's a fad thing. They'll see it, they'll like it, they get it. They don't consider the fact that even like the snake like this one, it's 15 years commitment. So almost as long as the kids at school.
Oh, they're just gorgeous to look at. I know you're not 100% convinced about holding a snake, are you?
I have held one of them, though, haven't I? I did
You
hold
were.
one.
I have got photographic evidence of that.
Well done. It's a shame, isn't it? Because there is a bit of a kind of misperception about them because they're so friendly. And actually, I would go so far as to say I think Milky's actually quite loving.
She is. She's very affectionate.
Yeah. Oh, Beth is now holding the dragon. Oh, look at that.
Is that Drake?
Yeah, you got Drake. Yeah.
Drake the dragon. What's your favourite H?
It's impossible to choose because they're all stunning in their own way. And again, that's the whole thing. Until you see them, it's not the same seeing them in the flesh as it were as just seeing the photos, because you really get to appreciate the markings, which are stunning on them, and also the feel of them, because I'm sure a lot of people think they're going to be cold and slimy and horrible. They're not at all. They're really, really lovely to actually hold. They're naturally inquisitive, I think, on what's going on around them, and very sort of laid back in many ways. They're sort of quiet. And the interesting thing I didn't know, just talking as well, which has been mentioning there, how long they live. I'm sure most people haven't got a clue that snakes can live sort of 25, 30 years or more. So some of these ones are really young. And so you are talking, obviously, if you are having one as a pet, of a lifetime's commitment, really. It's not just something for a bit of fun for a couple of days.
Who have you got wrapped around your hand now?
I've got a Vespa here, who is beautiful, very, very docile, very quiet. I was hearing they used to be worn sometimes as sort of around the neck as sort of necklaces because they just hang there. And yeah, she just slithers along quietly, having a look. She's just heading up my arm at the moment. And you could get really used to it, actually. It's like a sort of living bracelet.
And Dave, this whole conversation sort of epitomises, I think, what you're trying to do with the charities, because actually we are just saying ourselves how much we've learned from you just being in here, even just for the last 15 minutes. And you are hell-bent, aren't you, on getting information out there and education out there to people so they do understand these animals better.
I think it's important, 5 years ago, charities didn't want you keeping pet reptiles because no one appreciated them, no one had any comprehension of what was involved. It's very much a new pet trade. 25 years ago, people just kept them in a glass tank, didn't know much about them. It's evolved an awful lot since then.